it was a little bit fishy when the Packers got Josh Jacobs. You were like, wait a sec, they have Aaron Jones. Why'd they get Josh Jacobs? Well, now we know why. Welcome everybody to JG9 News, where we talk all things NFL all the time. I'm Jerry Gare, and I'm representing the 904 from the 602. And today, we are talking about the breaking news that just happened. The Green Bay Packers releasing running back Aaron Jones, longtime player, played his entire career in Green Bay. He will have to go somewhere else for the 2024 season. They couldn't agree on a restructured deal, had a massive cap hit after signing that 4-year contract worth $48 million back in 2021. Trying to restructure the deal. We thought it got restructured. That's why they released A.J. Dillon. But Aaron Jones couldn't come to an agreement with the Packers. They got Josh Jacobs, making Aaron Jones expendable. And now Jones is a free agent. First off, Aaron Jones, a phenomenal running back, has been for quite some time. Has not lost a step. I know he's going to be on the wrong side of 30. But you look at the numbers. Aaron Jones has been there since 2017. One of the best draft picks the Packers made in the 2010s, considering the fact that he was a 5th-round pick. Ends his career at Green Bay with just about 6,000 rushing yards, 45 touchdowns, and 5 yards a carry. Last season, no signs of slowing down, as he had 656 yards. Remember, he only played 11 games, and he did average 4.6 yards per carry. Aaron Jones, this is a move that's going to hurt Green Bay Packer fans a lot because Jones has been there for such a long time. And he'll probably wind up someday in the Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame. A lot of people end up in the Packer Hall of Fame. I have a feeling Jones will wind up there someday, but that raises the obvious question for 2024. Where on earth is Aaron Jones going to go? For me, I think there's two options that make a ton of sense. I want to break both those down today. The first one, the Houston Texans. I don't know what they're doing so far in free agency. They couldn't get Saquon Barkley. Jonathan Grenard, they had tons of cap space to bring him back. They couldn't get him back. Texans haven't really made any moves so far, despite having all that cap space. This could be the move they make with $63 million in cap space. Texans obviously need to improve their ground game a lot. Aaron Jones going to contender in Houston. Devin Singletary is a free agent. You might not bring him back, which means your number one running back on the roster right now is Dameon Pierce. So if you told me that last season, I would have been like, you don't need to really get Aaron Jones because Dameon Pierce is a very good number one back, a lot of potential. But I don't know what happened with Pierce. I don't know which version of Pierce is the real version. Is it the version we got in 2022 or 2023? Last year, he was awful. 2.9 yards per carry, no explosion whatsoever. I don't know what happened to him because his rookie season, he was phenomenal. Had almost 1,000 yards rushing. Might have been the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year for a bit when Breece Hall went down. If you asked me who I thought was going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, before he went down, I would have said Dameon Pierce. So Texans need a running back one. You figure they're in the market for Aaron Jones because if they don't bring back Singletary, they definitely need someone. But the real one that I want to talk about, the one that will make Packer fans shiver, the one that no Packer fan wants to see, I could see him going to the dark side, and I could see him joining the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the thing with the Dallas Cowboys. They just lost Tony Pollard to the Tennessee Titans. Pollard is now with Tennessee. Not that Pollard was that good last season. You saw that game against Miami where he couldn't find the end zone, even though the hole was wide open. He did not play well as the running back one taking over for Zeke. I was very disappointed in his play. Pierce and Pollard might be the two biggest running back disappointments last season. But right now, the Cowboys have no good running backs on the roster. None whatsoever. They got 3 guys right now. Snoop Conner. He was garbage in Jacksonville. Absolutely garbage. They signed him to a futures deal. He is slow. He can't find holes. He can't push a body forward. He is purely a camp body. Malik Davis. They signed him to a futures deal. 161 rushing yards in 2 seasons. So of the 3 running backs on the roster, 2 of them were futures deals. The other one, Deuce Vaughn, the Kansas State man, who was atrocious last season. I don't even know if he's making the roster this year. 40 rushing yards on 23 carries. He had 1.7 yards per carry. That's the worst yards per carry average among any running back last season who had at least 40 carries. So right now, your running backs are a guy that averaged 1.7 yards per carry, a guy that has under 200 rushing yards, and a guy who has done nothing in his NFL career in Snoop Conner. All 3 running backs don't give you any hope whatsoever. You don't want to necessarily have to rely on the draft. Aaron Jones, especially because he is out there, he is an option, I think, for the Cowboys that makes a ton of sense. According to Diana Rossini, there are suitors already available for Aaron Jones. Jones might get signed by tomorrow, might get signed by the end of the day. Now, you might be saying with the Cowboys, the biggest holdup is the cap space, because the Houston Texans have a ton of cap space. It's a move that makes a lot of sense for Houston. $63.3 million. You can get Aaron Jones, not really worry about it. The Cowboys only have $8.8 million in cap space. Now, you need to use that cap space to get a running back, but 8.8 is not a lot. It's on the lower side of things. It's one of the bottom totals in football right now. Having said that, it is very, very easy to manipulate the cap and make some cuts to get Aaron Jones if it comes down to it. There's 3 guys in particular that I'm looking at with the Cowboys that they can cut and free up some cap space for Aaron Jones if need be. Number 1 is Cooper Rush. He carries a cap hit of $2.8 million. Trey Lance's cap hit right now for the Cowboys, remember, he's on the Cowboys now after that San Francisco trade, $5 million. Over $5 million. It is terrible roster management to have 3 quarterbacks on your roster carrying cap hits over $2.5 million. Obviously, Dak Prescott's carrying a massive cap hit. You can cut Cooper Rush. He only incurs a $625,000 cap hit. You save $2 million that way. So that's over $2 million right there by cutting Cooper Rush. The other one, Chauncey Golston. He carries a cap hit of $1.5 million. He's done nothing. Bit of a waste of a draft pick when they got him a few years ago in 2021. 3 starts in 3 seasons. Hasn't improved the defense the way the Cowboys hoped. You can cut him. He only incurs a dead cap hit of $233,000. So right there, that's another $1.3 million. So we're saving about $1.2 million by cutting Cooper Rush, about $1.3 million by cutting Chauncey Golston, and then Josh Ball, $1.2 million cap hit. His 3 seasons on the offensive line, he's played 13 games. That's it. 0 starts. You can cut him. His dead cap hit, $124,000. That's it. So we're saving $1.1 million by cutting Ball. We're saving $1.3 million by cutting Golston, and we're saving over $2.2 million by cutting Cooper Rush. That's $4.5 million you save and adds your cap by cutting Cooper Rush, Josh Ball, and Chauncey Golston. So yes, the Cowboys don't have a lot of cap space, but considering their dire need at running back, they absolutely are a great fit for Aaron Jones, and I could see him going to the Cowboys because that cap space can be manipulated by getting rid of those 3 players in particular. Either way, Aaron Jones is going to have some suitors. He still has a lot left in the tank if last season and the previous year are anything to go off of. Phenomenal Packer player. He will be sorely missed in the frozen tundra. We'll see where he winds up in 2024. But what are your thoughts on Aaron Jones getting cut from the Green Bay Packers? Do you think the move makes sense for Green Bay? What are your memories of Aaron Jones as a Green Bay Packer? Because there's a lot of good ones. And most importantly, where do you think Aaron Jones winds up? Do you think it's going to be Houston Texans? Do you think it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys? Is it going to be a team that I did not mention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's going to do it for this episode of JG9 News. Be sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check out my main channel, Jaguar9, where we talk all things NFL history all the time. Until next time, this is Jaguar9 signing off. And as always, go Jags.